a year and a half ago, I wasn't ever, in the condition to do something like this, to literally present to people, to talk to people, to get real with people, to really figure out what's going on in your life that we can help figure out, that we can help maybe fix a certain amount of percentage or something in your life that we can fix. Because right now we're all struggling. Right now we're not satisfied with where we want to be, and it's just maybe because it's the world we live in. Maybe it's some of the decisions we make. But this allows you to make a decision to where you can actually fix a lot of that. You can fix a lot of those things, whether it's financially, whether it's time freedom, whether it's just building a relationship or coming over the fact of being scared to get yourself out there and talk to different people. You don't necessarily have to be up here to present to people, but if you do, you're going to feel really good about it. Because one thing I always teach all these guys is when you're up here, it doesn't matter what you say or what you do or how you act it, you're up here. No one's coming to a show to watch you fail. People pay for a show or go to a show to see it, watch it, present its show, be good, And so with that, you guys, going off of what he said is believe in yourself. Simple as that, because when I started, I was told no every day. I was told no, you're not going to make those things happen. I was told that I need to find a real job today. I was told that. And so that's what got me fired up, because it's just insane. It really is. There's a lot of things that I want to say right now, but I'm not. But it's the fact that if you want something different, you've got to do something different. And I was working at Sears. I was a manager at Sears, making good money at 19, 20 years old. And I was going to school full time. I was at Dixie State University. I did 18 credit hours, and dropped down to 15. That's another full-time job. So with 2 full-time jobs, 60 hours a week at Sears, 60 hours a week with my schooling and homework and all that, I didn't feel like I had enough time, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. My family was in some financial debt. We were struggling a little bit, and some things were happening. So I was like, you know what? No one in my family's ever done multi-level marketing. No one ever even told me about it or taught me about it. I'm going to check it out. So I got a phone call from a buddy. Thank God I trusted him. He's a really good friend of mine, and he sounded like, a bunch of blabberish, whatever you want to say, because he was just like, dude, we can get rich and retire and all this stuff and never work for somebody else. And I said, well, yeah, that sounds great, man. That's why I'm in school. I want to run my own business. But the average cost for anyone to run a business, the average at McDonald's is like $1.8 million. It's not easy to come along, an opportunity like this. And so we took advantage of it. And I told myself, I have a desire for change, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. My conviction level was so high. I was up here making nothing, but acting like I was making everything. And that's where, a lot of people started looking at it, because I had all my best friends in the crowd. And I'd sit there and tell them every single day, dude, check this thing out. Like, I'm making this thing happen with or without you. I want you in this, but I don't need you. Okay, I want you in this because I know where you're at. I know where your life is at. We're all, 97% of us are in that situation. So it's like, oh, my life's great. It's like, yeah, our lives are great, but you can always better your life. And this is where you can do so. And so that was my biggest thing. So when I was told no, I remembered why I was doing this, why I wanted to succeed, and that was for my friends and family. Why? Because they were struggling. So if I can carry on and not only be inspiring to all these other people, I was inspired for so long by these motivational speakers and by all these different young kids making good money and getting the time freedom and helping other people see the same picture. I want to do the same thing. And so one thing, you guys, I hope you can take from tonight is have a conviction level of you never can see the end of the tunnel. It's there, and you got to keep going for it. Period. Because you're going to live one life, and you just got to keep going. Because I promise you, you will fail. You will see the struggle. You will see the no's. The more no's you have, the more yeses you're going to get to. Because people need this. This isn't like, I'm trying to just do this for an income. I'm trying to do this because, same with Troy, to help, each family get out of debt one by one. And that's what it's all about. Getting, the $99 package gives you access to everything that Paul was talking about. Okay? You help 3 people do the same thing. Who knows 3 people in this room? We all do. Simple. So you help those 3 people, just share it with them. Get online, show them what the hub looks like, show them some of the deals, and it's not even, you don't even need to sell it, you just share it. Show them those deals and get those 3 going with you. Now you're making $100 a month. Okay, now that's going to pay for your 99. You're making a nickel. You're profitable. Okay, so after that, you help those 3 do the same thing. They're not going to sit around and not share it, not tell anyone about these amazing deals that you're getting and the money you're saving. So then they tell their 3 people, or even you help, a few others after that. Now you're making $600 residual income a month. That's 12 people. You're getting cut back about 50%. $100 goes to your $99 a month. $500 pays for anything else you need. House, rent, cars, groceries, bills, anything. Who could use an extra $500 in this house? Absolutely. You know, absolutely. And if you're married or have a spouse or you're in a relationship, you go in and you get yourself free, get yourself at the D3 level. There's an income disclosure on the wall if you want to check out some of the ranks. But you come in at the D3 level, and then let's get your spouse, your husband or wife going, or boyfriend, girlfriend going. You go and do the same thing, and now you're making $1,200 or combined. You know, that right there is a fat income additionally to what you're already doing. This is not supposed to take over your life. If it does, that's good. Okay? Because that's what it did for me, and I love it. Right, Ron? Does it take over? Absolutely. It's not a bad thing that it does that. But if you love what you do, if you have hobbies and sports and different things and the job that you love, if you love it, but you know you're not getting paid what you're worth, but you love it, you can still do this on the side. We talk to people, we share things, we associate with people every day. Why not talk about this instead of sports, or the Mayweather fight, or the Clippers owner, or you know, some news that's going around? But why not share these things? You know, because this is something that once you learn it and understand it, it's hard not to share. It's hard not to go out and tell people. The way I look at it is like some people are like, well, I don't want to go and blow up on my friends and tell them all these things. And it's like, you know, if all of us were all very, very close, grew up, graduated, same class, and Ron was with us as well, but we never told Ron. All of us took off with Wake Up Now. Started making incomes, all F3s in our first week, you know, and moving on up. But we never told Ron because we didn't want to vomit on him. We didn't want to spill all the news on him and tell him all these great things because we just felt like we did that too much to too many people. Well, how's he going to feel in the back room when he knows that every single one of us is succeeding and all of a sudden he sees us, you know, living that great life and no one ever told him? You're going to feel like crap, right?
I'm going to be pissed off.
Well, yeah. So that's the biggest thing for me is at least educate someone on what's going on. And if they say no, it means not now. That's all it is. Because it came to a point, luckily the point came at 20 years old for me, where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, I don't know what was the limit, but I just realized that we're worth more. You know, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all these successful people in this world had 24 hours in a day, just like you and me. But what they do differently, they treated each minute, each hour differently. I sacrificed the gym for my first 2 months in this industry. Yeah, I lost a lot of what I worked hard on, but I knew what I would get back in the long run. Now I can go to the gym and get paid. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Because, you know, we want immediate gratification. It does take some time. In this industry, the time is a lot less than the average, you know, corporate America. I mean, literally, we had a guy named Seymour Green max out the compound in literally 365 days. He made sure he did it on that 365th day when he was done. And he maxed out the compounds, $115K a month, and he did it mostly all off Facebook. Now I know if some of us have the trouble of interacting and talking with people, we all have a Facebook in here. We all share different messages. If he can do it, I know you can do it, because if you've seen the guy, you'd say the same thing. Okay? I mean, I love the guy. And what's awesome is now he had a lot of people talking a little bit of crap on him, saying, "Oh, all you do is on Facebook and social media." And he's like, "All right, I'm going to travel globally this year." So he's traveling state to state, town to town, everywhere. In each meeting, if you follow this guy, 500 people plus in each room, 3 or 4 times a day. And he's up there. Yeah, guys, just got part of this business, and you know, made 115K last month. It was pretty awesome. And what I love about that is you can watch the #1 incomer doing how he does up there and be like, wow, I can do that. Absolutely. So I hope to meet him soon and say, dude, never get better at public speaking, please, because you're inspiring a lot of people around the world. I'm just being honest with you. You know, it's hard, but once you get it, you start understanding it, and then you get so confident. Now you're making $600 a month, then you're jumping to $2,500 a month, and now at that level, Founder 4, they're going to start giving you $250 for a vacation every single month. If you don't want to take the first $250 towards a vacation, you can save it up for 90 days. $250, $500, $750. What I love about it is if you don't use that $750 in your first 90 days, they don't give it to you. Why do I love that? Because it makes the saying that I like to say is you're forced on vacation. Who's forced on vacation at the jobs you're working at today?
I wish.
No one. We wish, right? And so that's the fun part, guys, is we have a lot of great stuff. You can create an extra income, you know, and that's the best part is to really, you know, if you surpass the income that you're looking for, that's great. But just strive for 3 people. and then help them do the same thing and get to that $600 a month, and then see what happens from there on out. Because it's simple as that. It's duplicatable. You know, it's crazy that this company's about 5 years old, and there's about 50, 60,000 people worldwide. That's it. There's 50,000 in 2 cities around us right now, T-ville and West Jordan. There's so many people, so much of an opportunity. You know, if this took you a whole year to get to like a $2,500 income, would anyone pass that up? No, I mean, that right there is all already gifted, because we're getting by right now. So just do what you do and stay plugged in. You know, we have trainings Mondays, corporate calls. We have 3 or 4 calls every Monday. Just call in, tune in. I was busy last night. I just threw my headphones in and I was listening. You know, I was able to take a few notes on my phone, but just jump on in, whether you're at the gym or anything like that. There's some good info passed on. Tuesdays, we're here every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Bring friends, you know, come on through and check things out. Wednesdays, kind of a little free-for-all. We do have a very, very amazing meeting always in Farmington. A guy named Brian Robert, phenomenal leaders, came from a company making several hundred thousand to, you know, coming over here and being a consultant for us and doing a lot of work with us now. So he throws his meetings in Farmington. We have Juvie over here who throws them in Orem. He does Spanish and English, either or. And we post these all over Facebook. And then Thursdays we go up to Ron's house in Lehigh, 7 o'clock. And then, you know, Friday's kind of free-for-all. You know, get a hold of us. Get a hold of the leaders. Ask, you know, for the helping hand, because I promise you, anyone that brought you here today doesn't want more than anything to help you out in this business. Use the help. Leverage the help. Ron, Paul, myself, Juvie, Romel, anyone in the room who's been doing it, they would love to help you. We've got several teams in this house. We all are still working together because it's one team, one dream. We'd rather see you working on this than working on someone else's dreams in corporate America. Plain and simple. So, you know, I can go on forever. I haven't had the chance to really express a lot of my emotions and how I feel about this, because I'm usually going into the products and stuff. But I would love to share with you my story. Just understand that a year ago, not even a year ago, I wasn't the type to do this. I was skeptical. I turned it down. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, and I felt like I can go and control and make this thing happen. And I learned from my mistakes. I learned from my failure. Okay, and if you don't fail in your first month or two, congrats. But just wait. It gets to that point where you will see someone telling you no. Someone will bash you. Your best friend's not going to join. Something like that's going to come along. And why do I say that? Because we're not here to hide anything. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to understand that, you know, this isn't easy. And it's easy, or it's not easy, but it's simple. You know, but when we go and clock in from working every day, sometimes our jobs aren't easy, but we're capped off. We're not going to get paid anymore. And so this is a chance for you to climb and as high and get paid as much as you think you're worth for your efforts. And so please get a hold of me, get my info. We have some great training websites. Plug in and then get with whoever brought you here and get signed up if you haven't. At least get in as a preferred customer, which is free. Name and email is all it takes, and check out the hub. See what it has to offer for you. And let's have a good night, guys. I appreciate you coming by.